Now we turn our attention to the fretting hand. The reason I do this hand second is because fingers are easy to injure when they're cold. But by using them in a very easy, non-stressful way in our first exercise, we've primed them for a bit of activity and got the blood flow moving, so now we're ready to do something with them. This is going to be a sequence of hammer-ons and pull-offs which work the most common motions you'll encounter in the course of using the modes of the major scale. Keeping our index finger on the 7th fret, we're going to work the other fingers in 3 different tempos: 8th notes, 8th note triplets, and 16th notes. Here's exercise 2. Notice that I only play each tempo for a short duration. That's because I only want you to experience the fastest part for a small moment. This is to avoid fatigue. I want you working your fingers faster, but not too much so that you get tired too quickly. Make sure you pay close attention to the correct note values as well. Remember that the index finger plays the leading note every time. So be careful not to accidentally speed up and let the hammering on finger become the leading finger. For example, you might accidentally do something like this, where the second finger becomes the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so if you accidentally speed up, the second finger might accidentally start leading, so just be aware of that. Now the reason I've organised the exercise in this way is because you can see how each finger combination corresponds to a particular 3-note per string shape. So the index finger and the second finger together like that would be used on this shape, for example. The index and the second finger there could be used on this shape, for example. The index and the third finger there would be used in this shape. The index there and the ring finger there could be used on a pentatonic shape. And of course, the little finger being there is used in both that shape, this one, and then moving up by 1, you'll be using that with this shape. So you can see how all of the basic 3-note per string shapes are covered there. By working our fingers like this, we strengthen them in that particular role, so that when you come to use 3-note per string shapes, you don't have a weakness with the second finger hammering on, for example, or the third finger pulling off. Being able to control our fingers like this at slower speeds requires strength, and developing the strength to control them is what leads to good hand synchronization later. You don't have to stop when you get to the last position either. You can simply reverse the positions and come back to the start and begin again for more of a challenge. And you can go back down through the sequence like that until you get to the index finger again, and then go back up. If you get a feeling of muscle cramp and fatigue down the side of your hand here, by the pinky side, that's normal. Yeah? You can play through it for a few moments, but when you're done with that repetition, just stop and shake your hand out and wait for it to dissipate before going again. But that muscle ache is a sign that you're doing something right, and it means that you're on your way to defeating your demon of having a weak pinky. Okay, so that's a good thing. Okay, there you have it. Your hand should be awake and ready for action by now. Remember, all the tempos I give in the tablature are just average tempos that I put in. You don't have to follow them. Start at whatever speed allows you to get it right and play it perfectly with no stress. Also, be sensible about how many reps you do and allow yourself to pause and have breaks in between repetitions. Our goal is to warm the hands up, not tire them out completely. You also don't need to do it for very long. Taking away the time needed for you to learn and memorize the exercises, when it comes to practice time, I'd say 2 or 3 minutes on each exercise is more than enough. Anyway, that's enough talking from me. You know what to do now. Do these before every serious practice session and you'll be in the best shape possible to tackle the rest of your practice. So, I wish you the best of luck with your guitar playing. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.